sports. It's in the game.
That was the perfect call out there. Once he got the blocks, he made a move, and he was headed to the end zone.
tonight.
From Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh.
It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Drake May and the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll throw with May. Here's a screen for Robinson. Good move at the 30. And he's got room. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing here is May. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. To the air, May. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's May. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man, there's Darnell Washington. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. From the 35, here's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's May. Checks this one down to Robinson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Looking to throw, May. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one. and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
After the interception, here's Jackson. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. Jackson, option right. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down, counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
On second down now, it's Daniels. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Here's 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road, you're under the lights, national television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real, and a pretty nice opening statement.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
And incomplete on the deep ball. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson will try to pick it up, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. May now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. Catch is made by Metcalf. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Frazier. And in for the Steelers touchdown. From 13 yards out, and the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around, 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Jackson, options out left. Pushing his way through. Still on his feet. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 21-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Well, you know, most quarterbacks, when you talk about their big playability, you talk about the arm, but this, an absolutely huge play with a leg.
And also with his mind, because he had to see this play develop in order to make the decision to keep it and run. And how about him looking up and seeing the seas part for him once he got past the line of scrimmage? My first thought, I think he can go all the way, and I'm trying not to take over. Your call with this play, partner.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now 2nd and 3. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's complete right around the 8. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. To throw is Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Steelers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they work this out past the 25. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. And that is incomplete.
Well, if nothing else, they were able to pick up 1 first down on this drive and get it away from their own goal line. But not much happened after that, and it leads to a punting situation.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Jackson from the shotgun. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. One of the tight ends comes in motion. Jackson going to run. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Jackson going to hold on to it again. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Here's Jackson. This is caught. Touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Ravens have regained the lead.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Jackson on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Jackson. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football.
We can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe...
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. Good matchups all up and down the schedule there. We'll highlight the one in Cincinnati. A big test coming up for the Bengals as they'll match up against the Cleveland Browns. In the late afternoon games, all eyes will be on Las Vegas. A glitzy matchup there, where it'll be the Raiders taking on the Denver Broncos. And one final game to highlight. It's Monday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half. As this will be a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give, right side. Clark. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. They go play action with Jackson. And he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Ravens send their punter out now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. And Richardson back to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Richardson shotgun on third down. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. This 2nd and 4. Back to the ground with Robinson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now it's Richardson. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. 1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. Eluding the pressure right. Addison hauls it in. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Johnson. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Robinson will score. Touchdown Steelers.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Up the middle they go. It's Clark. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's taken to the 26. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. 1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. Flush to his right. That one will be incomplete. He caught it but could not stay in bounds for the long connection. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. On the counter, this is Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Richardson. And that is incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Robinson is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson is going to get this one out to his fullback. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it as he gets wiped out on that one. Now a 2nd and 10. Jackson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Pass caught by Pearsall. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Throwing is Jackson. That's complete to Pearsall. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Second and 6. Richardson looking to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. That is intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. Now 2nd and 4. Throwing, Jackson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Here's 1st down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Remember, the 1 timeout still available as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Clark. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win. So for the Steelers, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.